Police are stepping up patrols in the run-up to Christmas. Now, this is obviously a slightly unpleasant and tense situation. Steve, what have you got on that?
Yeah, it's because of the two terror attacks in the space of a month, the Metropolitan Police, City of London Police and British Transport Police, U3 in London, have said they're increasing the numbers of officers. This, I find, little to complain about here because, well, in general, lots of people say they'd like to see more officers on the street. The reason for it is terrible, but we should be grateful for greater vigilance. They also say we should be more vigilant. That's the only time when I do think I don't know why people would want to go to a crowded shopping area on the run-up to Christmas and spend time co-shopping with people who like shopping at Christmas, the whole idea. I don't need one of those friend of a friend stories where they go, the guy at a taxi driver said, don't go in London this weekend.
Yeah,
I never want to. It's absolutely fine.
I do find, I mean, on the one hand, I think when I go to visit a Christmas market, which, again, with you, I live in Brighton. I don't think they really have a special Christmas market there anyway. But if I'm ever, like, on tour, and I'm in maybe Nottingham, and they've got one, and it has those kind of anti-crash barriers to keep trucks, you know, from ploughing through the crowds, that is enough to turn me off, to be honest. That kind of spoils the mood. But on the other hand, I can't remember them being an important part of my childhood or even early adulthood anyway. They seem to have almost emerged in lockstep with the terrorist threat.
You think there's a link?
Well, I'm not saying they're caused by it, but I wasn't even aware of them.
Well, perhaps you just
they're
took
a
them for
German
granted.
thing, aren't they? They're the kind of the idea that you could go out and drink lots of mulled wine and buy some gingerbread or something.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm like you. They weren't a massive part of my life, but maybe we all took them for granted until they were taken away.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a horrific story, and then this Matt Twist from the Metropolitan Police said this interesting thing. He said, I want to stress that the increased threat level is not specific to the capital, so people should still go out and enjoy everything London has to offer at this time of year. That's a bit of a logical fallacy, because really, that's not better or reassuring. He's saying it's not specific to London, it's everywhere, so you should still enjoy London.
So you might as well stay in London.
Hang on, that's not... Yeah, so that didn't really make sense to me, so yeah.
But just to be clear, the two terror attacks we're referring to are the murder of Sir David Amess and the taxi that exploded on Remembrance Sunday. Neither of those were directed towards Christmas shoppers, as far as we know.
But
I mean, I'm not being sort of facetious about this, but that has been a sort of a thing that happens overseas, I think.
It's an indirect route, though, I suppose. Terrorist attacks means terror level, threat level increase. Threat level increase means police are more vigilant and telling us to be more vigilant. I think that makes sense.
Does it make sense, though? I mean, I'm just to be devil's advocate. Are they not kind of superimposing a coherent strategy on what really looks like I mean, I can't see that the guy who killed Sir David Amess and the fellow who blew himself up in the taxi, they don't seem to have been... Do you know what I mean? They don't seem to be part of a...
No, but my concern, I tend to think when they say these things, we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. Because there are thousands of potential terrorists in the country at any time. So when they say it's severe, I tend to go, it probably is.
That is true. That is fair enough.